Tonight on Newswatch, learn about Access's helping pets find their temporary homes.
And more about the upcoming It's On Us event.
The Iowa State football team beat Texas 24-0 last weekend. Learn more later in sports.
In the past week, we've had September-like temperatures, but are those temperatures going to stick around? I'll let you know. Newswatch starts now.
This is Newswatch 18. Newswatch 18 starts now.
Good evening, you're watching Newswatch. I'm Maria Lizignoli.
And I'm Jordan Prince. Thanks for joining us.
Humans are not the only victims that suffer from domestic abuse. Pets are a large area of concern for victims who flee situations of violence. That is why the Assault Care Center Extending Shelter and Support, or better known as Access, has paired up with the College of Veterinary Science and Medicine to create the means of transportation for receiving and retrieving animals and finding them temporary homes. Access is a shelter in Ames and it specializes in advocacy, community education, and many other services in regards to domestic abuse.
The Iowa State Daily and the Iowa Student Government are pairing up to promote the new campaign called It's On Us. The point of this campus is to help students be more educated on sexual assault, prevention, and all around spreading awareness on this topic. You can swing by the MU from 10 till 2 on Thursday, November 12th, where you can grab a tie-dye wristband and an It's On Us button. The It's On Us campaign is asking for people to wear teal and purple on this day to show your support for this cause, concern, and campaign.
If you've driven through any small Iowa town, you usually are greeted with a wave from a complete stranger. This week marks the second annual Farmers Wave Week. The idea of this week is simple. As you're driving down the road, simply wave to the passengers around you. And a wave can be done in many different ways. Yet you can do the gesture with lifting one of your two fingers off the steering wheel, a head nod, or a low wave out the window. So this week, drive around and give farmers a wave.
ISU is going green, and so should you. Students learned all about how to be eco-friendly at Sustainability Day. Find out more with Maria Lizignoli.
Sustainability Day is an annual event put on by the Live Green Initiative and the Green Umbrella.
So we partnered with the Green Umbrella and basically just reached out to organizations on campus and Ames businesses that shared some link to sustainability, whether that be environmental, social, or economic.
Students are able to get information from local businesses and companies and are even able to win prizes.
Students can come up to the entry table and get a prize card. If they go around to organizations and talk to them, they can get their prize card checked off. And depending on how many organizations they talk to, they'll get different prizes at the prize table. Like coffee or hot chocolate?
Not only did students line up for the free cookies and coffee, they also lined up with their bicycles for a free bike repair. There are many new and inventive ways that sustainability is being implemented into people's lives.
He is powering his own desktop right now. Wow. It's a new work initiative. It's pretty cool. They're also doing it in the developing world where you have a wheel that you can bike for 1 hour and then it'll power your stuff for 24 hours.
If you missed Sustainability Day this fall, not to worry. There are many eco-friendly events coming to ISU in the near future.
The Green Umbrella is a student organization that brings all kinds of students across campus together to promote and celebrate sustainability like we're doing today. And I guess we do that through National Campus Sustainability Day, Sustainapalooza in February, and then Earth Week in the spring.
For ISU TV, I'm Maria Lizignoli.
For the first time in over 20 years, a campus town has a drugstore. Last week marked the grand opening of CVS. This general store and pharmacy is located on the corner of Welch Avenue and Lincoln Way. Check it out.
In the entrance of the Memorial Union, you have probably noticed the many engraved names on the walls. These are the names of the hundreds of fallen Iowa State students from World War II. Memorial Union was actually built in 1928 as a memorial to Iowa State students that had died during war. On November 9th, in the Memorial Union Great Hall, There will be a ceremony and reception to follow that will be free and open to everyone. During this ceremony, all the fallen soldiers will be honored, along with some personal stories and photos in remembrance to these soldiers.
Engineering students in Sukup Hall are using an interesting piece of equipment to cut material. Jordan Calvert has more.
We use water every day for several reasons, including hydration, cleaning, and cooking. But did you know that water can be used to cut materials such as wood, plastic, or metal?
Sukup Hall contains several state-of-the-art manufacturing machines, including a Flow Mach 2 abrasive water jet cutter. This machine cuts material using a highly pressurized stream of water and sand. The machine is programmed by designs and cutting parameters set by the user on a computer. When the cutter is activated, it will automatically cut the design as read by the computer. Norman Muzzy is a lecturer for the Agricultural and Biosystems Engineering Department and pushed for acquiring the water jet cutter during the development of Sukup Hall.
I've used a water jet in the past, previous life, to cut out robot parts out of aluminum. We had an opportunity at Iowa State with the new building to have a place where we could put a water jet and some funds that allowed us to get one. The advantage of a water jet is that you can cut almost anything with it. You can cut steel, aluminum, fiberglass, plywood, rubber, plastic. It's a cold process, and so the edges of the material do not get heat affected. You don't end up with steel that is hardened on the edge where you may want to be drilling or tapping a hole later. The machine allows the students to design things in CAD and then cut it out using the machine to get very accurate parts.
The machine is used by a number of students and clubs within the department.
Within the ABE department, we use the water jet in 218, which is an open-ended project design course for the engineering students. Also in our capstone course, we're cutting heavy steel when we're making a machine. Student organizations are using the water jet to cut parts. The Cyclone Power Pullers uses it for things like weight brackets. We've cut parts for the solar car. A lot of different student orgs bring parts to us that we can make.
For ISU TV, I'm Jared Calvert.
Stay tuned for more news from us after the break. You're watching Newswatch. What a better way than hammocking to enjoy being outside while studying or just hanging out. Students around campus seem to be taking advantage of this beautiful weather this fall and by setting up their hammocks during some of their passing times. Our very own Jordan Prince has the story.
I'm sure you have all seen people hammocking around campus. It seems to be a new trend here at Iowa State. Central Campus is a popular area to see students hammocking, although there are students who like to go in more secluded areas.
I usually like to go off campus because there's less people, less noise, and there's more scenery.
What made some of these students want to try out hammocking?
I saw a ton of other people like hanging around and I thought it was really cool. That adventure side of me just loves being outdoors, so studying in a hammock was pretty cool.
Hammocking is an easy and convenient way to relax between classes because of how easy it is to set up. A popular Tomorrow night is the last ISU After Dark event of the semester. Come out to the Memorial Union from 9 p.m. to 1 a.m. and be a part of a wide variety of free events, free Panda Express, and free entertainment, which includes performance painter David Garibaldi and professional regurgitator Stevie Starr. As always, there will be bingo with over $1,000 in prizes.
Mozart's opera The Magic Flute opened tonight at 7:30 p.m. in Fisher Theater and will be going on through Saturday and Sunday at 2 p.m. The opera, that is sung all in English, is a classic love story about a prince rescuing a princess from the clutches of supposedly evil Celestro. Simon Estes, an internationally known opera singer, will give a lecture on his experience singing the part of Celeste in many worldwide known theaters. The lecture is free to those who have bought tickets, and tickets are $14 for students, $19 for seniors, and $21 for adults.
NPR's Michelle Martin is hosting the Youth Voting Myths and Facts event next Tuesday at Drake University. The event is a live storytelling on young people and their votes. From young individuals from various backgrounds and political views will be given the opportunity to voice up and discuss the topics that matter to them. NPR is partnering with Iowa Public Radio and Drake University's School of Journalism and Mass Communication for the event.
All right, and now we are joined by Austin at the desk. So, Austin, what is going on in the world of Cyclone sports?
Well, the Iowa State football team had a huge win last weekend against Texas over homecoming, and now they're headed to Norman, Oklahoma to face off against another top 25 team, so we'll see what happens.
I'm excited.
We'll have more after the break. The changes are paying off big for the Iowa State football team. After replacing quarterback Sam Richardson with Joel Lanning and offensive coordinator Mark Mangino with Todd Sturdy, the Cyclones capped off homecoming with the biggest win of the last few years, a 24-0 shutout of Texas. Now the Cyclones turn their attention to number 15, Oklahoma. The 7-1 Sooners, led by quarterback Baker Mayfield, are 25.5-point favorites in Norman, Oklahoma this weekend. Now, speaking of football, redshirt freshman running back Mike Warren is on the cusp of 1,000 rushing yards this season, a mark he'll hit with only 46 yards on the ground against Oklahoma this Saturday. Not only will Warren be the first ISU back to eclipse 1,000 yards since Alexander Robinson in 2009, he'll do so as the nation's leading freshman runner. Now, wrestling season is underway. Garrett Kroger has the first look of the Cyclone wrestlers here in this story.
The ISU wrestling team held an inter-squad scrimmage on October 30th to determine who would start at the weight classes of 125, 134, 141, and 157. To kick off the four main battles was the Battle of 125 between Kyle Larson versus Nathan Boston. The Battle of 125s was competitive throughout all three periods, with Boston claiming the victory over Larson.
Well, first of all, at 125, we knew it was going to be a great match. We knew that both guys really want the spot. They're going to fight real hard for the spot. Larson was our starter last year, but Nathan Boston's a gamer. And I think Larson made a couple mistakes in on his shot. Boston capitalized and came out with that win.
Following the Battle of 125s was the Battle of the 141s, which pitted Dante Rodriguez versus John Meeks. This match was decided in the second period when Rodriguez pinned Meeks.
Not surprising that Dante ended up getting the ball. It's a little surprising that John didn't get after his offense a little bit stronger.
Up next was the Battle of the 157s, which featured Logan Birnbach versus Ronaldo Rodriguez-Spencer. This match went on and on as it went into 4 overtimes. After the 4th overtime, Birnbach was determined as the winner via ref's decision.
I think we come to 157. We just knew that match was going to be probably one of the highlight matches of the night.
The last main battle was Earl Hall versus Marcus Simmons for the 133 position. Simmons led early in the match, but Hall fought back to win in the 3rd period.
Man, I had to dig deep. I know I was tired. I know he was tired. Okay, they says I trained for 7 minutes. I got 20-minute goes, 40-minute goes. That was nothing. I just had to keep pushing myself, and I just know I'm not letting nothing stop me this year, not even myself.
The ISU wrestling squad will kick off their season on Saturday, November 6th, as they travel to Blacksburg, Virginia to take on the Virginia Tech Hokies. For ISU TV, I'm Garrett Kroger.
The season hasn't even started yet for the Iowa State basketball team, but the Cyclones are already making history. Iowa State has checked in at number 7 in the preseason AP poll, which is the highest preseason ranking in school history. Rival Kansas comes in a few spots ahead of the Cyclones at number 4, and fellow Big 12 rival Oklahoma comes in directly behind at number 8. The Cyclones tip off the regular season next Friday, November 13th against Colorado. And continuing with basketball, ESPN came out with its annual Top 100 college basketball players in the country this week, and the Cyclones are well represented amongst the group. Georgian Yang led the way for Iowa State, ranked 15th. Monte Morris followed at 26, and Jameel McKay comes in at number 60. The top player on the list belongs to LSU freshman sensation Ben Simmons, the 6'10" point forward from Australia, who is expected to make big noise this season. And the NBA season has begun, and two scary thoughts have began to formulate. Both the NBA champion Golden State Warriors and the most valuable player, Steph Curry, could actually be better this season. The Warriors are out to an undefeated start on the young season and are led by Curry, who is posting numbers that can only be surpassed by Michael Jordan. Now that's all I have for you on sports today. Today was pretty nice, but it looks like it might rain this weekend. Is that right, Jan?
We do have some showers that are marching their way across the state right now. I'll let you know if we're going to see any of that rainfall after the break. Welcome back to Newswatch. I'm Jan Ryherd. It was a gorgeous day out there, highs in the 70s. However, we do have a big cool down ahead. Going to be a rude awakening for us probably as we kind of fall off this cliff temperature. There are some storms scattered across the state tonight, but after those storms clear off, we do have sunny skies ahead following those storms. Right now in Ames, we are sitting at 48 degrees with those winds out of the northwest as that cold front has passed over us. Those winds are about 16 miles an hour. They will die down as we go on through the night though. Right now, current temps across the state, pretty much the same, 40s for most of us. The cold front though is right about here right now, so you can see 57 down in Ottumwa and 63 over in Davenport, so they are still much warmer than we are right now. And looking at our temperature differences from where we were just 24 hours ago, we are already 14 degrees cooler here in Ames, 18 degrees cooler in Sioux City than where they were this time yesterday. So that cold front is definitely making its impact, and we're sure going to feel it here in the next couple of days. Current winds are out of the northwest across most of the state, and as that cold front does pass through here, they will start changing over here in Ottumwa and Davenport. And those wind chills are just a bit cooler. Those northwest winds are bringing down that cool air from up north, helping keep our temperatures much cooler than they have been in the past couple of days. These showers, though, they developed just to the east of us today, so we didn't quite see any of that precipitation here in Ames, but just to the east, even in as close as Nevada, they did see some precipitation, and down in Des Moines. And as they get into this moist sector here in the eastern part of the state, those showers are intensifying, and they're just kind of sitting there for a little while. So they're sure going to get a lot of rain from this, probably about half to 3/4 of an inch of rain over in the Iowa City area. As we zoom out, you can see more of those storms that are just marching their way across as that cold front moves through. And again, we do have some snow up to our north. We don't have to deal with it yet, but it is there, just kind of spinning up there, waiting to make its way down. This cold front is going to continue off, and with it goes those showers, clearing us off tomorrow. But tomorrow night we are going to have some clouds move in, but they will move off into Saturday, giving us sunny skies for most of our Saturday. Tonight, those lows are a stark difference than what we have been seeing lately. 42 in Marshalltown, 46 in Des Moines, even in the low 30s out to our west. Highs tomorrow are only going to climb into the 50s, so about 20 degrees cooler than what we have been seeing the past couple of days. However, that is our average temperature for this time of the year. So it's going to feel cold, but it's very nice fall weather for us. Tonight we're going to go to 41 in Ames. Big cool down, like I said, and those clouds are going to decrease as we go through the night. Tomorrow we've got mostly sunny skies, a high of 51, and we are going to have some gusty winds, so that could help make it feel a little bit cooler because those winds are out of the north. Looking ahead to Saturday as we head down to Oklahoma to play the Sooners, we've got 53 degrees for our kickoff time. And then looking at the next 7 days, we've got lots of sunshine ahead, but those temperatures, they do look cold, but like I said, they are average, so it should be a beautiful fall week ahead, maybe some rain to end the week. We'll have more news after the break.
A new adjustment has been made to Twitter, leaving users with mixed feelings. Twitter has recently changed the symbol of a star that represented you favoring a tweet to a heart, which represents you liking a tweet. There are some Twitter users upset about this change because it reminds them of the heart symbol used for liking pictures on Instagram, and that they liked how Twitter was different with the star symbol used for favoriting. On your Twitter profile, your tweets that you have favorited will now show up instead as tweets that you have liked. Twitter claims that they have been switching to heart symbols as a more universally known around the globe.
Are you a fan of J.K. Rowling's? If so, then she has a new novel that you might just be interested in. Rowling is promoting her new adult novel entitled Career of Evil. The author told BBC that the novel is her first work to have given her nightmares. Although she has been focusing a lot on adult materials lately, she has not forgotten about her younger fans. Rowling said that has a children's book on the way also.
Country star Blake Shelton and rock star Gwen Stefani are confirmed dating. The Lovebirds are both coaches and judges on The Voice, working along with Adam Levine and Pharrell Williams. Shelton and Stefani are both single and just got out of their previous marriages. The couple was seen engaged in some PDA at the Maroon 5's Halloween party last weekend. Shelton's ex-wife Miranda Lambert says she is not surprised by the news and that Shelton and Stefani have been flirty with each other for a long time. So for those of you who might have heard of the rumor on the two stars, it is a rumor and no more. And that's all we have for this Thursday's edition of Newswatch.
Come back next week for more news, weather, and sports.
From all of us here at ISU TV, have a great night, Ames.